Did you hear all about these brand new brushes from Sonia G and from REPHR? Well, you're going to learn all about them today with me, Rebecca. I am a 20-plus year veteran of fashion and beauty journalism. I have worked with some of the biggest names in our industry, and I started Not Fit for Print Beauty here so you could have a little editorial beauty magazine to flip through figuratively every day or so here on YouTube. All right, let's get into it. Got lots of new stuff and a lot of fun today. First of all, today, Friday, June 28th, there's a really good bundle that you can grab over at REPHR. I have it linked below, but I just wanted to tell you about it quickly. We've worked with the prototypes and such here already in another video, and I can link that at the end, but I just wanted to tell you so you don't miss it, because that bundle might just go quickly. So REPHR has been experimenting with some synthetic brushes that would be really good for foundation and concealer, and they got a deal going. See, first, do you remember this one? This was the original. This was not synthetic. This was that original 31 that was their foundation brush, and people really asked them to try to make some synthetic ones. So if you recall, the B02 and the B01, both synthetic, came next. And REPHR works on crowdsourcing. And they got like over 2,000 replies and feedback. They always ask for your feedback. And when these are in the preliminary stages, REPHR really listens to what the community has to say. People said make the slant a little steeper and make the base of the brushes a little wider. Therefore, the B02, which was this one here, synthetic, became the B04 in black, also synthetic. And the B01 concealer brush ended up turning into the B04 right here, also in black. So you can get right now, and I'm actually holding up some prototypes as well, but you can get right now the B04 and B05 in a bundle together. I'll link it below for $30 together as a bundle, which is insanely good. All that REPHR asks for, as usual, is your honest feedback, completely honest, and what you think, so that they can really finalize these synthetic, all synthetic foundation and concealer complexion brushes, okay? So you get the B04 and the B05, but I do have it linked below. $30 for these two is pretty good, and that way you can kind of play with them and give some feedback, please, to REPHR. And like I said, I do have a video using some of these prototypes, and I will put that at the end of this video. But ask me any other questions along the way. I didn't want you to miss out on that, so I made sure to talk about it in this video. Okay, we're going to devote the rest of this video to trying out some new brushes from Sonia G. These are, I have all four of them here in front of me, the Sonia G Maki-e series Summer Coy 2024 brushes. There are 4 brushes sold in a bundle for $210, and at time of filming, they are still available on Beautylish. So let's talk about them, and we're going to use them, all 4 of them, as we go. We'll talk about them generally, and then in a little bit more detail as we use them. These are Seikoho goat hair bristles with Kakishibu dye, which is like persimmon dye. Let me hold up. I'm going to hold up the smooth blender because I think you can see that persimmon dye on it a little bit better. This is an artisanal practice that dates back to the 13th century, and the handles are made in a very kind of painstaking, loving way as well. These are maple handles, and they are coated with layered lacquer. The reason they coat it with layered lacquer is it not only gives the design depth, but it also makes them very easy and very comfortable to hold. It gives them a kind of a nice hand feel. And the design on these, of course, was inspired by Sonia G's summers in Japan, which is very, very nice. Now, they come in this bespoke box. I have some video I'm going to insert showing you how these come. I would have loved to unpack them with you here in the video, but it's very important with these natural hair brushes that you cool your jets a little bit and wash them and let them dry before you use them. So this video was taken the other day. I did purchase these on Beautylish, and when they came, I made sure to wash them, but I showed you how they come in that pretty bespoke box. Here it is here. I just put that around it, and they can live in this little box now that they've been washed and dried, so that we can go ahead and start using them. And that bespoke box, it's a really light kind of wooden box. The design on the actual brush, and I doubt I can get close enough so I could put in a press photo, but that has the little koi fish and the flower. It's beautiful. So many layers of lacquer. What goes into making these is amazing. These are pieces of art, really. I'm going to use them because they weren't made to just sit on a shelf. I'm going to use them and enjoy them. And I love these persimmon dyed. I'm finding I really enjoy these persimmon dyed goat hair brushes from Sonia G. So I'm really excited to use them and enjoy them. I really am. Not to blow you away with my creativity or frankly lack thereof, but when I heard these were the koi set, of course this is koi, the fish, K-O-I, I couldn't help but think that we've got to use them with Viseart Coy. Viseart Coy is C-O-Y, but the colors in the Petite Shimmers Coy are very much like a koi fish. And they very much have little fishy scales on here. So they're C-O-Y, flirtatious, but they're definitely flirting with K-O-I. Also wanted to tell you that I think ViseartParis.com is having a sale. And even when they're not, I do have a link now. You can put in Rebecca 10 when you shop Viseart. And that's new for my channel, so I just wanted to let you know that. And that will be down below, along with the other makeup I'm wearing today, which is mostly all Viseart, just to celebrate that, including this really pretty lip oil. And all of that information will be down below. Okay. We also have information down below as I get ready here. Make sure you subscribe, but we have information down below on all sorts of ways to get to be part of this channel. You know, we've got a cool Facebook group. I'm over on Instagram, TikTok, Threads. We have a membership here on YouTube. All of that information is down below. Okay, let's talk about these 4 brushes from the Sonia G Maki-e series Summer Koi. Okay, I have reviewed this Viseart palette, so we won't go into huge depth with this one, but we're going to use it because I couldn't help the little word play there. All right, we're going to start with the Smooth Blender brush. That's this one right here. It's got a round ferrule with domed bristles. It can do even concealer or corrector, actually. This would do concealer or corrector, even a liquid one, very nicely, but it will also do what I like to do. I have some concealer on my eyes, and I just like to kind of smooth it before I go in and do anything else. Sometimes it gets in some lines, you know, while I'm getting the rest of my makeup ready, and so that's nice. You can even put a little powder down with it. Then I'm going to use it here in our Koi palette, which is all shimmers, but we should have fun with this, to just kind of lay down some gold all over the lid. And this is very quick and efficient at doing it. But the nice thing about this brush is that because it has the dome there, you can also go in and do some detail work in the corners. You can really, sky's the limit with that. It gets into the inner corner of the eye and even can go under the eye. So one brush can do so much. That's the Smooth Blender. Now let's go in with our Crease Booster, which is the second brush I want to look at. This one is a lot more airy, longer. It's got a round ferrule and a nice controlled tip. And that little controlled tapered tip there can go under the eyes or work in V's in the corners. And we're going to use that today. I think we're going to do this green shade right here. I'm in the mood for that green gold. And I'm just going to take that there, tap off the brush just gently. Never hit these artisanal, handmade Japanese brushes on a table or anything. It's really not good for them. So when I have a little too much on the brush, because they do pick up a good amount, I'll just kind of gently brush them off on the side of the palette, back of my hand if you're using your hand like a palette. How do you clean these brushes? And I've said this before, I do have quite a few cleaning videos that I've done. I can revisit those or answer questions below for you guys. I'm using this to just kind of place this into the side and crease. I'm going to use it again for the crease, but I'm kind of working on the V with this right now, but this will also blend it into the crease and out. So how do you wash these? Well, it's very, very, very important, guys, that you don't get any water into the ferrule. The ferrule is this part right here where the bristles meet the brush, and inside there they are frankly glued in. And if you get a lot of water in there, look at how this fits in the crease. even with my hooded eyes. If you get a lot of water in there, frankly, it's going to loosen the glue. And as the glue loosens, that's when your bristles will fall out. So it's really important that you don't wash it like this because you're getting water directly down. You want some water just right here and get as little as this part wet as possible, and certainly not that way where gravity is going to pull it down, and you'll have a lot happier, better brushes. I'm going to take this goldish green right here with the same brush and work that a little bit more into the crease. This just fits into any crease. I have kind of smaller eyes, but even if you have bigger eyes, you lucky thing, it will still fit in there. And I'm able to do so much with this because of that tip that's so controlled. All right, now we have our flat pencil and our small builder. Let's take our small builder right here. Let me show you this. This is has a pinched ferrule. This will place and build and lay down colors, which is another reason I really wanted to use this palette. I started in with these greens, so let's go into a kind of green blue here. That'll be really pretty, won't it? So I put it onto this part of the brush right here, this flat side of the brush, and then I can go ahead and just lay it down so that the color looks like a koi fish that is shifting from that blue into that green, if you can see. And all I'm doing is putting powder shade right there on that, and then just laying it down, just putting it down and smoothing it out. And I'm not getting any fallout, of course, because these are Viseart shadows, which are absolutely beautiful. And that's just the best way to just lay down a color, I think, across the eye. But it's got a nice tip. I could also use this under the eye. But I think I'm going to actually go in with our flat pencil. Now this flat pencil brush has a thinner side and a thicker side, which is really kind of cool. So it can create a V, it can do the inner corner, it can go underneath the eyes. And if you know me and my channel, what do I tend to use these for? These type of pencil brushes I love as lip brushes. If I'm putting on a red lipstick, the density here and the shape is great. Kind of feather that out, get it into any crevices that are left behind from a dark lipstick shade. I absolutely love that. So don't forget about that. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go into this kind of silvery shade here with it, and I'm going to put it onto the tip of this and then just put it into the corner just to give a little bit of brightness to the corner, not too much. And again, I just kind of put this onto my pinky finger rather than banging it on a table or anything like that. And this has a little bit of a purpley shift to it, which is just kind of fun, this shade. And I can take that same shade and go underneath the eye. And since it's got a little bit of purple shift, let's go for it and take that same brush and go into the purple and run that underneath. And that's really, really fun. And I was able to do one complete look. I could have done this with 2 of these brushes, by the way, but all 4 together are divine. They are not currently sold separately, but maybe that will happen. These are a little bit, though, of a special release, especially with the way that the lacquering is done and the beauty. I mean, you can just feel the hand-painted detail, even with the layered lacquer and the graduation of the shades. It's just really, really beautiful. They're super special, but they are on sale still at time of filming, which is exciting. And the REPHR, 2 sides of, the REPHR is synthetic and for foundation. Why would you want synthetic for foundation? Doesn't suck it up as much. Sonia G has done her fusion brushes, which I love. She does a blend of natural hair and synthetic to get that ideal state for a complexion brush. But REPHR is also heeding the call, synthetic please, and so that's why they've done their little bundle for $30. A definite difference in price, but the quality of both brands of brushes are so good. And those 2 brands, I don't want to play favorites, but those 2 brands, they are my favorites. I know. It's true. I will tell you that. So ask me any brush questions at the bottom. I've been meaning to do a larger brush video. If I did a larger brush video, what would you want to see? Let me know, because I don't know really where to start with that. I get asked to do brush videos. Do you want my favorite synthetics? Do you want my favorite goat? Do you want my favorite everyday? I would love that feedback, you guys. That will help me develop a video that will be helpful for you. My favorite of what's available now, my favorite that I can't get again, you know, any sort of guidance would be great so that I can give you content that you like to see. Okay, and that's what makes us a community. Let me know your thoughts. Did you know those REPHR and the SONIA G were available? Brand new, so grab them while you can. Ask me any other questions below. Don't forget to subscribe and share and like, and also follow me over on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Look for all of that info down below. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.